Guys, another masterclass performance from Antoine Semenyo. Scoring again. Masa Antoine Semenyo bona Obama Manchester City ni I know. Now, if you watch the Manchester City team, you can see everything is centered around Antoine Semenyo. Haaland can play. See an Semenyo. And Manchester City team that was this year, it's all about Semenyo. I didn't even know Antoine Semenyo is a good free kick taker. And then, born on Nottingham Forest airborne in Muyedeno. Free kick by they left it for Antoine Semenyo to take it. And I was surprised. See Antoine Semenyo na take free kicks Emma Manchester City. You can see the impact, the influence Antoine Semenyo has on the Manchester City team. Therefore, Antoine Semenyo has scored his 7th goal for Manchester City, making it that goal is actually his 5th Premier League goal for Manchester City. In total, Antoine Semenyo has 15 goals in the Premier League. 15 goals in the Premier League, 10 goals at Bournemouth, and 5 goals for Manchester City. But in all competitions, Antoine Semenyo has now scored 17 goals this season. 17 goals in all competition. 10 goals at Bournemouth and 7 goals at Manchester City. Out of the 7 goals, 5 of them are Premier League goals, 1 FA Cup goal and 1 League Cup goal. For Champions League, the Antoine Semenyo has not played any Champions League game yet for Manchester City. So Antoine Semenyo called Manchester City. He has played in 3 competitions, Premier League games, and he has scored 5. He has played 1 FA Cup, he scored 1, and 1 League Cup, and he scored 1. So 7 goals in total for Manchester City, Antoine Semenyo. 7 goals plus 2 assists in 12 games. Come on. Antoine Semenyo is on different level. What a performance. Manchester City, my bottle leg. Today, I can confidently say Manchester City will not be winning the Premier League because of the results they had today or tonight. Manchester City Etihad at the Etihad Stadium on Monday. Nottingham Forest abu 2-2, while Arsenal went away to Brighton and Hove Albion, beating them 1-0. Manchester City at home to a relegation threatening team like Nottingham Forest, and they couldn't win. Manchester City na Nottingham ate. No Masashe, na Nottingham Atekano. So 4-time Manchester City 2, Nottingham Forest 2. So 2-2. And abo the Etihad Stadium. So guess what? Do you think Manchester City can go all the way? I think tonight's game, Manchester City have officially bottled the Premier League. They can't win it. They cannot win it. Because this is one of the games that you expect Manchester City to win. And Arsenal going away to Brighton, it was a tricky encounter for Arsenal. Going away to Brighton. It was like City were definitely going to beat Nottingham, and Arsenal will struggle to beat Brighton. But Arsenal won the game, though they struggled, but they won at Brighton. And Manchester City at home to Nottingham Forest couldn't win. It was therefore Ama against in Now let's look at Antoine Semenyo's numbers. Antoine Semenyo has been fantastic tonight. No 2 ways about that. Let's look at Antoine Semenyo's numbers for tonight against Brighton in the 2-2 draw game. Now, overall ratings, Antoine Semenyo 7.9 ratings. 7.9 ratings. Minutes played 90 minutes. Top statistics or top stats. Goals 1. Expected goals, that's XG, is 0.24. XG on target, expected goals on target 0.58. Expected assist, that's XA, that's 0.02. Accurate passes 22 out of 26, that's 85%. Chances created, 1. Big chances created, 1. Shots on target, 1. Shots off target, 2. Shot accuracy 1/3, that's 33%. And let's go to the attack. The numbers for Antoine Semenyo in the attack: fantasy points 7. Hit woodwork. Antoine Semenyo actually hit the woodwork once. Touches 42. Touches in opposition box 3. Passes into final third 1. Dispossessed 2. And let's look at some of the numbers he had in the defense and duels. Defensive contribution 8. Tackles 1/1. Blocks 2. Recoveries 5. Dribbled past 2. Ground duels 1/7. That's 14%. Aerial duels 2/2. And fouls committed 1. So these are the numbers of Antoine Semenyo in the 2-2 game against Nottingham Forest. I said, I've declared Arsenal as winners of this season's Premier League. It will be extremely difficult because Manchester City wanted to keep the 2-point gap, even though they have an outstanding game. So let's say technically it's 7-point gap, but they have an outstanding game. So even if they win, it's going to be 4-point gap. But an outstanding game, no, there is no assurance that you are going to win the outstanding game. There is no assurance for that one. Outstanding games does not equal to 3 points. It does not equal to win. What I say. So let's look at the Premier League table as Arsenal have gone 7 points clear. Arsenal 67 points plus 37 goals. Manchester City 60 points plus 32 goals. So Arsenal are leading 7 points and also have 5 goal difference. And Manchester United, they were still playing with Newcastle 52, Aston Villa 51, Chelsea, Liverpool, so guys, I don't know. So share game Nibia, Manchester City 2, Nottingham Forest 2, Antoine Semenyo, another classic performance, another masterclass from our star boy Antoine Semenyo. 12 matches, 7 goals and 2 assists. Ebusafo enye easy. Manchester City, they've bottled the league. Everyone thought say Manchester City chasing Arsenal for the title there is going to be extremely difficult for Arsenal. But what are we seeing? What are we witnessing? And Manchester City at home to a weaker team like Nottingham Forest couldn't win. They take the lead and Nottingham would equalize, and they take another lead and Nottingham equalize again. So 2-2, while Arsenal went away to win 1-0. Ebusafo, but Manchester City team to be frank, they have a lot of work to do. This is not the Manchester City we know. The Manchester City, that fearsome Manchester City side. No, this is not it. This is not Manchester City. And I even wonder if they can beat Arsenal in the League Cup final. The FA Emirates Cup League Cup final. The Carabao Cup final. I doubt if Manchester City can actually beat Arsenal to that title, because Manchester City team, Manchester City team, since Antoine Semenyo joined, everything has been Semenyo. Without Antoine Semenyo, Manchester City can't play, and that's a fact. Without Antoine Semenyo, City team in the horn. Without Semenyo, team more. Manchester City koto Antoine Semenyo to bring that hunger, to inject some hunger in that team. It's so flat. Manchester City. So Jack, what I don't know your team and what you say. Every time I say,